Well, here we are. We are back on this project with doing the brakes on this 7200. We ended up getting the wheels off of it here the other night. Then we hauled manure yesterday, and now we're able to get back on this job now. Now, the last tractor that I did the brake job on, it was the 8320. It had the cab mounts came down in here like that, and I used the gantry to hold the cab up. We're going to do this a little different. I've got a bottle jack that fits in there, and we're going to jack up off the top of the differential up underneath the cab so that we can get this cab mount piece off of that final drive. We got this 8320 in here. Jared had rebuilt the engine on this tractor last year, and we ended up putting a new hood on it. These 20 series are notorious for crapping out the hoods right here. They end up cracking. This hood that was on this was real bad, and we just figured we would replace it. He ended up ordering all LED lights for the whole tractor. What he had not had done was did not have the lights in this nose piece. He just put them in here now, and that looks real good. So we have a fuel problem on this tractor. We actually put some equipment away here this morning with it, and the check valve for the primary filter is all gunked up, and we're going to swap that with another tractor. It actually quit in the road, and we were a little while getting it going. So we'll show you what these LEDs look like. Here's this check valve right here. They had a bunch of gunk in it, and we're going to have to swap it out with one of the other tractors, and then we'll have to get a new one. But we'll show you what these LEDs look like here. Turn this guy on, turn those flashers on. Now, the only thing that we don't have for it, they weren't available, the tail lights?
Not that I've seen, no.
So the tail lights weren't available. And as you can see, we've got the LED work lights on the back. I know it's going to be hard for you guys to see, but all LEDs across the front nose and the two on front of the cab. The flashers are also LED, and if anybody knows about these style cab flasher bulbs, they're junk. You can't, the original ones, the OEM ones in this style cab, we've always had a hard time keeping the bulbs in there. Them 3157 bulbs, I don't know if it was from vibration or what, but we were always changing those bulbs. Finally got to the point where we quit using them. We just couldn't keep the bulbs going. We've got to get the flasher arm light to go on there as well, and we might as well go ahead and get these turned off, and we'll get working on this 7200 here. All right, so I'm gonna get my bottle jack in there, get that jacked up, get this guy out of there, and we'll get this final drive off. Well, this is kind of the moment we've been waiting for. We're hoping to see brake destruction once we pull that final drive off. I ended up stuffing 2 bottle jacks underneath the cab, and what I have is a piece of channel iron going from one to the other because I couldn't put the bottle jack right straight underneath that main cab support. So I was able to remove the pedestal that the cab sits on. That bolts to the final drive. I have removed all of the bolts around that final drive. I've got a bolt down through the hole in the fork going into the casting hole here. That's going to hold on to that final drive. We're going to be able to pull it out of the differential and clean everything up, pull all the old parts out, and install new parts. So let's see what this looks like. They've got duals that they're taking off of this 8320. They're going to put a silage blade on it. We're going to use it to plow snow. The blade is 10 foot wide, or maybe it's, yeah, 10 foot wide. And with the duals on there, you end up running over the snow, and you don't get as good a traction either. So let's go ahead and get this pulled off. Alright, so everything is still left inside that housing, and if you can see the grayness in this oil here, and I mean that's hopefully brake material. We're hoping it's brake material. See that metallic stuff there? Hole. Appears to be major scoring on this one, and we've got nothing left to the brake pad. Nothing left. Is like more right now, and yeah, to clean this up here, we've got a lot of, wow, it's all metal to metal here. So we'll get this cleaned up, and then we can start putting this back together here. Wow, no material left. Well, we've got everything apart here, and I went to, I've got the surfaces cleaned up, and I got everything ready to go back together, and I grabbed my parts, and I don't have the right parts to put this back together. I ordered this stuff about 6 weeks ago, and well, maybe it wasn't that long ago. But at any rate, they sent parts for a 7200 tractor, not a 7200R. So we've got the parts sitting on the floor, both of the actual plates that go on either side of the fiber disc. That's the fiber disc that has the brake material on it. And then that there is the piston. We're going to go ahead and replace the piston too, just thinking that it had enough heat. Well, I doubt there would have been much heat to it, but it had enough material pushed in and around it and everything else, and I worry that maybe that tolerances to that aren't exactly what they need to be, and being that we have this apart, we might as well go ahead and replace it. The piston sits inside this housing here, and then oil is pushed in through this port here. That causes that to come outwards, and when it comes out, it pushes all them discs together, and that's how the brakes work with that. So we're going to be waiting for a day or two until we get those parts. Nathan is putting a set of batteries in this 6030, and that's what that is in here for. And we got quite a bit of snow overnight here. Another project that is getting worked on here is alley scrapers, but Sarge is putting a radiator in this 544 payloader. Here is the old radiator right here. We don't fix radiators, we just replace them. They're not worth recoring. We've just had bad luck with that whole process. So this was cracked somewhere along the top here, and figured we would just go ahead and replace it. The loader's got over 20,000 hours on it, and it was time to replace it. So Sarge ended up ordering a radiator, and he got this aftermarket one, which is wrong. That was like $1,300, and the correct radiator was like $2,200 for that radiator right there. It was an actual John Deere radiator, but it was the right part. That one there, it was supposed to be $1,300 for the right aftermarket one, but they were telling me this morning what had happened is they got a whole shipment of radiators in for the 544H and the 544J, and they tagged all the radiators for 544Hs. And we were able to bring that to their attention. So now they're able to go back through and relabel all them radiators, so no one else will get the wrong radiator now. Yeah, so we're doing their job for them. So it's a good thing we got the wrong one, you know? Whoever needs a radiator down the road and you guys get the right one for your J machine, you can thank us.
At least give you a discount on the radiator though for that?
No. They said they're not going to charge a restocking fee for the one that we got wrong. That was the deal. So I said, well, yeah, you know, at least we're not going to get a restocking fee there. So we kind of have to deal with the parts shuffle here. We'll kind of show you what things look like outside here. It's still snowing. We've got probably, I don't know, 5-6 inches of snow. It's about 30 degrees, 32 degrees, and everything's kind of melting off the roof. Andrew's out and around here somewhere. We'll throw the drone up in the air. We'll see if we can get some action of him plowing snow. But the 8320, we have had an ongoing problem with that, and Jared has got that all fixed. It ended up being that check valve. So we'll see if we can join up with Andrew here. Well, I've just popped the drone up in the air, and we're just going to do a quick flyover of the farm. I've got the drone a little high, and it's kind of foggy. Once I get the drone down a little lower, the image will be a little better here. Andrew's running around here somewhere with the 8320 plowing snow. He's up in front of barn 8 right now, plowing out a spot for the milk truck to get in, and the 8320 has been perfect since Jared figured out that the check valve there had a problem with a bunch of debris caught into it. We do need to get this tractor cleaned up. We popped the duals off of it here last night, and the inner rear wheels are a little dirty. So Andrew's dumping a pile of snow in there by the scale. He's just kind of getting backed over, getting this upper driveway cleaned out a little bit here. But yeah, as you can see, the inner wheels are real dirty. I know, we'll get a comment or two on how we should wash our stuff. But it is what it is. So we'll just follow him out and around this corner here, and then we'll go and check on one of the guys moving feed. So Cargill, they just pulled in here to dump a load of grain off. He's getting backed in to the bay. He needs to dump the protein mix off in here. We'll just kind of swing around here. We'll fly over the barn addition, which is just about done. We've got cows in one complete full half of it. They were pouring concrete here yesterday, where that drover's alley runs down through the length of the barn here. You can kind of see that there. Oh, got some birds getting in our way here, but the drover's alley comes along the side of the barn there, hooks into the connecting building, and then you can see that it runs down the whole length of it here. But where the cows cross over here, right where you can kind of see the bump out where it comes into the side of the barn. That's, well, we've showed you that before here, but I know it's kind of hard to see things because everything is covered in white. And yeah, so that'll give you an idea of what that looks like here. So we'll pop around the corner here, get this drone landed, and we'll get on with the rest of the jobs here. One of the guys is just pulled into the bunk, dumping off a load of feed off the John Deere truck. We move haylage and corn silage a day ahead of time so that we can get that ready for the next day's feeding. So Nate has the 60/30 done here. He's got the batteries into it, and he is filling it with fuel. We'll pump manure with that. They're gonna move the wheels out on 7730 and get that ready to go on a mixer as well. This is Austin's truck here. He had a little mishap here last night, and yeah, we had to go retrieve him. So I don't know where Andrew went here, but we'll just kind of fly over here, see if we can't see where he went. He might be down in front of the shop. Yeah, there he is right there. So he's, yeah, I almost clipped the shop there. Oh, yeah. We'll just follow him around, come around to where he dumps the snow, and then I'm going to get the drone landed. Bang, bang. That'd be nice plowing snow with this tractor here. It's got all new LED lights on it, and we've got some equipment behind the barn here that needs attention. We've got an 8220 with a hydraulic oil leak. We've got a 7290 that needs a windshield put in at some time. And we've got some other things that we need doing as well. So that'll do her. Take it easy. And we'll finish up with this. Yeah.